Hey everyone, and welcome to the 85th episode of We're All in the Same Boat. I'm your host, Luke Roxwold, and today we're going to talk about the movie Us. It's going to be really interesting. And I'm also with Shayne.
Hello.
And Nick. I shook that up a little bit. Nick, say hi.
Nice. Hey, what's up?
And as always, you can check us out on iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, and Stitcher. Leave us a review on the iTunes store by going to the app, typing in We're All in the Same Boat, and going all the way to the bottom and hitting 5 stars. That would be awesome. You can also follow our Instagram at WAITSB Podcast. Gentlemen, welcome to the podcast. We are going to get into the review in just a second. But before we do, I sound like I have a sponsor, and we don't have a sponsor. If someone wants to sponsor us, you're welcome to sponsor us.
Sponsored by Wendy's.
Oh my gosh, that'd be amazing.
Sponsored by Chicago, whatever you said earlier.
Oh, Sicilian pizza rolls from Old Chicago. Please get those. They're so good.
I don't know if those are even on the West Coast. But okay, so before we get into the review, Nick said that he wanted to tell a quick story. So I'm going to throw it over to him for like 2 minutes, and then we'll get right into the review.
Give me like 30 seconds to chew through this pizza roll.
Hold on a second. I gave you the floor to tell your story.
Right. So here's the deal, right? I gave this guy a website. Oh, I got fired from my part-time job. That's what I'm talking about right now.
Oof.
So I was working 80 hours a week for 3 weeks lately.
Which is insane.
Oh, man.
I mean, and then I was dating. I missed that. And then I also moved. And then I also sold a house. So basically my brain.
Yeah, we're all like, what happened to, is Nick?
My brain,
dead?
My body, and my penis is all fried, basically. So I'm just kidding. Okay. No, but everything is. I was just super stressed out. So tomorrow, Friday, I was planning on quitting this job, and they fired me this morning. I've never been so relieved to be fired from anything in the history of being fired. I'm only been fired once.
Why did you get fired?
So this guy in December said, make the website look like this, and then he basically didn't communicate. Excuse me. Man, this is silly.
He just opens up Facebook.
These pizza rolls are so good. So
you gotta stop eating and tell the story.
I'm sorry, they're just so good. So he told me, make the website look like this. I'm like, okay. And then his team of 3 people basically communicated with me and then created mock-ups for the website. And then I followed the mock-ups, and he said and then come this past week, he said, your fidelity. I'm trying to quote his email because his email was so ignorant and so stupid. It was hard to comprehend what he was trying to say because he tried to sound so smart. He's got a PhD and stuff, but he doesn't know anything about web development, websites, or web design.
All right.
So it was just between a rock and a hard place, basically.
Oof. No, and that's so stupid because whenever I'm designing something for someone, whether I'm editing a movie or making a website, they always think it's way easier than it is to just move stuff. They're like, okay, so I like this website, but can you just move this button over here? And it's like, oh, no. Oh, the whole design was made to have the button there. You can't just move it. No, sure you can. Just drag it over here. And that's not how it works.
So he was pissed because what he asked for in December wasn't the wireframes that he approved in February. And so then in March, this past week, he communicates with me. He's like, your fidelity to the website wireframes was too much. I thought they were just a concept. In my mind, I'm like, why didn't you just communicate that with me in February when you said you approved the web frames, you dumb fuck?
Wait,
sorry,
hold on.
Sorry. I just I'm just so mad at him.
Hey, I've made the rule before, just so you know. You're allowed to say whatever you want on this podcast. Just know it's going.
Oh, I mean, I no longer have a professional relationship with this guy, so I don't have to temper my tongue, so I can just call him a dumb asshole. But let me just give you an example of what this guy did. This past week, he was going over mobile design. He's like, why doesn't the site work on mobile? It's like, wait, it does work on mobile. What are you talking about? And his complaint was that his 80-year-old dad, this guy's in his 40s, his 80-year-old dad couldn't figure out, how when you're on mobile and you have that little hamburger icon in the top left that you click and it shows the nav for the website? His dad couldn't figure that out. So instead of telling his dad oh, this is how web design is, he made it so that the sub nav for the site was also the nav for the homepage.
What?
So there's 2 navs on the homepage right now if you go to that site on mobile. After he did that, I told his team, please do not associate this website with me. Please don't put my name on it. I want no association with this website. So that might be why he's mad. But I don't know if you heard that or not. But regardless, he thought that I ruined the website, basically, but I don't think I ruined the website when that's the kind of stuff that you're taking for as design preferences.
He's like, my designer, who's 80, doesn't like the way this works.
My dad couldn't figure out how a website works. So, and nor can he log into his Gmail account. So
your dad.
so he can't log into his Gmail, but also he doesn't know how the website works. So it was just this ridiculous thing that I had to deal with.
But I was
gonna quit. I was probably gonna quit tomorrow because tomorrow was a deadline for him. But he fired me this morning. So
you're
it's
a contractor, right?
I'm a freelance contractor, part time.
Okay, so you didn't get any benefits for getting fired, I guess.
Oh no, it's not a big
we're
deal.
Done. Get out of here.
Yeah, he was gonna pay me, but I don't know if he's gonna pay me. If he doesn't pay me, I'm just gonna sue him because. I mean, it's like you kind of gotta pay me.
I got all this money lying around from the house I just sold.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, dude, I'm loaded right now. I don't know if you want to not pay me because that's kind of a dick move. So I'm gonna sue you and take your business to the cleaners.
That's right. I'm gonna sue you, and your old man is gonna be on the street, and he won't be able to use any websites because he doesn't know how to use a hamburger menu.
He's gonna lose his
or he won't be able to buy any food at McDonald's because he doesn't know how to use a hamburger menu.
Gosh. Anyway, so it's just so ridiculous, but that happened this week. I'm so happy. I've never been so happy to get fired from anything.
I'm
so
very
it just feels
happy
good.
for you.
Congratulations.
I'm glad you got fired.
Happy days ahead of us.
Let's get into this movie review. I knew nothing about Us when I went to see it. I didn't even watch
the trailer.
I saw nothing. The only thing I saw was the post.
Good for you.
That's actually awesome. Pretty. I'm pretty sure that's probably pretty good that you didn't see anything.
Yeah, that's awesome. Actually,
I think so.
I don't think I saw the trailer either. I saw the trailer once, I believe, and that was about it.
Right.
That was like, this is creepy.
And Nick, you saw the trailer. And
I saw that trailer. I researched the movie, and then I watched it.
Oh, you researched it before watching it? Did you know what happened before? By the way, this is going to have a lot of spoilers, those of you who are listening.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
If you want my recommendation, go see the movie before watching this if you're going to see the movie. If you're not going to see the movie, then you're fine.
Yeah, I think it'd be wise to watch the movie.
I knew nothing about this movie, and I'm really glad that I knew nothing at all when I went to see it.
Yeah, same. Wait, well, I kind of knew something, so I guess I can't say same.
I didn't know anything.
You failed. So, did both of you guys see Get Out?
Heck
yes,
yeah.
I watched Get Out, yes.
Heck yeah, so you liked it.
Heck yeah.
Get Out was one of my favorite movies last year.
Oh, man.
It was pretty good. I really liked it.
A lot of people really liked it. I guess I gotta see it again.
Or I guess 2 years ago.
I watched it again.
Just
knowing what's going on now.
I think it was kind of overhyped to me, so I kind of watched it with all right, what's this movie? And then when it was over, I was like, oh, I didn't, it was fine. But I think I need to watch it again.
Luke. It sucks that you're wrong.
We're not doing this.
I wouldn't want to be wrong.
We're not doing this. We're not doing this again. I'm not debating another thing right now. I just said I saw it and I thought it was good, but a lot of people just love Get Out, and I think I need to watch it again because I only saw it once.
Peele is babe, dude.
Yeah, what in the world? How in the world did he show? Like, where did he? How did he get here?
I don't know, but he's an incredible director.
Movie and he's here to stay.
I know, but what's so interesting though is he's like a comedian, Key and Peele, and now all of a sudden he's like iconic up there with the best directors now. Like all of his movies or both of his movies so far are just killing in every single way.
He's shown to be, at least with the two films that he has, a very for being the writer and director of and producer too of the films, he's very intricate in what he's doing, and there's so much in the movie, and there's so much that you have to watch it again to really get what's going on. I think that's what a lot of people like about him, that his attention to detail about things and how much extra stuff he puts in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is pretty. So when I saw Get Out, like I said, I need everything that I say to have an asterisk on it that I need to see the movie again, because I saw it when it first came out, and I was with other people, and maybe I didn't pay enough attention. I don't know. I need to see it again. But I saw this movie, didn't know anything about it, went in to see it, and it started out, and I started realizing this could be anything. Like, I don't know anything about this movie.
It could be a comedy. Yeah.
Yeah, it could be a porno. Like, I don't know. I don't know anything. And I think we're going to start off this review by saying, did you like it or not?
Shayne, you go first.
Okay. Well, I have the great benefit of seeing the movie twice. So I'll talk about my first time seeing it. My first time seeing it, I really enjoyed it. And by the end of the movie, I sat there and was talking to my friend. I was like, oh, and this, oh, this and this. And I was kind of really thinking about what was going on. And then I rushed home to really look up more stuff. So I was very intrigued on what was going on with the plot. And there was just so much into it. But I thought it was good for me because I like horror movies. Well, no, I don't like horror movies necessarily, but I like
Shayne,
getting scared.
You're doing what you always do.
Well, I just want to make sure.
Answer the question.
Well, I'm trying to say why I liked it. Or you just want a brief answer?
I don't know. I mean, I was thinking I would just be like, yeah, I liked it, or I thought it was really good.
Well, I was gonna say what I liked about it the first time, but yeah. I mean, I liked it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was
because we're gonna. I have like
movie.
I have like an outline of to kind of
great.
go through the movie,
You
and then we'll
should've
kind of
Okay. Yes, I liked it. It was very entertaining.
Sorry, I can't be
enjoyed
perfect sometimes. Okay.
Both times.
Okay. Oh yeah, you really both times you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Okay. I liked it. I really did. I liked it more than Get Out, but I need to see Get Out again. It took me by surprise. I thought it was super creepy and interesting. And this film blew my mind more than Get Out did. I like this. This one was like,
It blew
what?
your mind.
I don't really.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't think there's any real.
Yeah.
I think
It did. I like the story was twisty and I was like, oh man, that's such an interesting concept. I really liked it. I don't know so much about, maybe there's a backstory, I don't know if I'm getting preached at, but I didn't feel like I was getting preached at, so I don't mind,
A backstory.
Yeah, like a not a backstory, a social message.
Oh,
I know there is. I know there
social
is
messages, but it's not like Get Out where it's like, hey, it's not like as in your face.
Yeah, I don't know. But I enjoyed it because I didn't feel like I was getting preached at. It was an interesting story. So, all right, Nick, what did you think?
So, I fell asleep.
What?
When it, started because I was celebrating selling my house, so I went to the bar before with friends, and I fell asleep for 10 minutes, and then I woke up.
You missed the beginning.
Yeah,
you missed the whole mood setting.
So I
You
missed
missed the
very
opening?
I missed the opening. So
What?
Then how did you even understand the movie?
my friend told me. He informed me
Okay.
oh, by the way, this happened at the amusement park, blah blah blah. And I was like, oh, okay, that helps. Thank you.
What?
I
How
liked
drunk
it.
were you?
So I had 2 shots. So I
You fell asleep with 2 shots. What?
I'm a lightweight. I didn't have my pizza
Well,
rolls.
That's a featherweight, man.
Oh no.
You need
Like,
to eat some pizza rolls before you...
Oscar De La Hoya style. So I liked it, but I think it's only because I like movies and I appreciate what the movie communicated. I would want to go watch it again. I have a lot of questions. I don't mind that. However, I don't know if it's plot holes or I'm not smart enough to understand some of the questions. So
I would definitely say I think it's a movie you need to see twice because it's a different movie the
Yes.
second time you see it.
and that's why I like it.
Especially when you watch the opening.
Yeah, it's a completely different movie.
Nick's it's like the opening starting. He's like, dude, it's like completely different movie. And
Hey, I'm
because
really
this-
confused.
It sort of
You'd
is.
be like, oh, I never saw this the first time.
I
Well,
thought
yeah,
he
'cause
was
the movie-
playing whack-a-mole, and now he's.
Yeah.
I don't understand what's happening.
No,
here.
but so there. I liked. Normally, I don't like movies that you get confused at the end, like leave you with a bunch of questions. But I don't. That I figured out what it is. I don't like movies that make me have questions that make me not get what happened.
Yeah.
Like when it ends, I'm like, wait, what? Why did they do that? But this
different
movie, it's
from
like I
a-
had questions, but I got the story overall. I got what happened. I got the twist.
Right.
Yeah.
It all made sense to me, but I still had like, well, what was this and why this? And
Those still
what's
had
the
an
theories?
impact. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was still
I think
things to
that's
think about
important.
after the movie. It wasn't like movie's done. Okay, great.
Yeah. I think for me, I don't know. I think too much about like plot holes, and that always bothers me if I'm not too
So you
captivated
did you
by
not
the
like
film.
it?
No, I did like it because I think what you just outlined still had an impact for me. I just had so many questions. I was like, wait, why didn't they do this? Why didn't the underground people do this? Why did this happen? Why is this going on? I feel like
Well,
I
yeah.
should watch it again.
I
Honestly,
think you have a.
I-
Well, never mind.
I feel like if I watched it again, I would like it more. And I think that in my mind, that's the sign of a good movie, first off. But also, I don't know. I almost don't want to call this a horror movie in some ways. I wasn't very captivated by the horror of it. I was more just like, what the F is happening? And I like movies like that. It reminded me more of like an M. Night Shyamalan kind of vibe where you're just kind of
Yeah,
like,
it
huh?
was very M. Night Shyamalan.
The entire time you're like, huh? What is happening? Like when what was it? The white family that I like how I differentiate between the black family and the white family. They're
I
friends.
mean, they
They're
are
friends.
a black family and a white family.
Yeah, like the white family. When I saw like their clones, I was like, okay, something's going on here. Like that was like the cue is like, holy crap, this is crazy. And then they were watching
Well-
the news, and I'm like, yo, this is getting crazy.
And
So
all of a sudden, it's a zombie film.
right,
The thing-
yeah.
What is interesting though is, like it seems like it's like a supernatural horror film, but then as it keeps going, you're like, what?
It-
This is not
right.
supernatural. This is like, I mean, I guess
No.
it has a little bit. It has a little bit of supernatural because of the souls, but you're
Right.
watching it and it's
mean-
not ghosts. It's not. It's clones. You're like, what?
real people,
This
or-
is like a science fiction almost.
So before we get into it, can anyone explain where the clones come from? Because I might have missed that.
They were.
Let's hold on, but let's not get there because I'll write a note down. And
Yeah,
we'll
that
go
was
there.
actually the first thing in the movie, Nick. So
I fell
the
asleep.
literal. That's how the
All
movie.
right.
I
Right,
kind of
the
fell
movie
asleep.
opens up, and you didn't do a very good job, Nick. Just saying. The movie
When I
opens
fell
up,
asleep.
and yeah, 'cause you're supposed to pay attention to the movie we were reviewing.
But I don't know. Captain is just really strong sometimes, so I can't
Did
help
you have
it.
Captain Morgan?
Heck yeah, dude. Well, I did a shot. I did a shot from the bartender,
Okay.
her personal shot, and then I did a captain shot. So
Okay. Enough about Nick's alcohol.
go on.
All right, so the film starts in 1986, and it starts off with a commercial for.
Oh
what
no!
was
It starts
And-
with the message about.
Oh yeah, about the tunnels. Yeah.
Which,
So
Nick,
yeah,
you would know where they came from if you
Dude,
saw
it was
the
a-
movie.
Yeah,
It was
the
a
movie
great
starts
nap.
with like text saying, "Hey, there's a bunch of tunnels that exist in the U.S. and they're not used for anything." Then it just goes away, and that's it. You're like, "What?" Then it shows a bunch of rabbits in cages. Like,
Can I say that scene, just that long, drawn out, like pan out and just seeing all the rabbits with that music. First of all, the music
Music
in this
was
movie is
awesome.
amazing.
Great
But
music,
that
yeah.
scene specifically, just how long it lasted, I was just creeped out. I was like, this is stupid. At first, I was, this is stupid. Why am I watching a rabbit? And then it pans out. I'm like, this is kind of creepy. Like, I'm getting really creeped out. Why are there so many rabbits? What's going on? I'm ready for this movie. That got me into. I'm like, I'm ready for this movie. What's about to happen?
That's awesome.
Yeah, and so basically, the movie starts with that quote, and then, or not quote, but that explanation, like the little text on the screen, and then it cuts into like this daughter and her mom and dad, and the mom and dad are sort of bickering. The dad is drinking, and they're at this carnival, and they're just hanging out, right? So the dad's just acting silly. He's playing whack-a-mole and stuff, and then the daughter eventually sort of wanders away from the group.
I think it's very important to talk about the commercial because the commercial is very relevant to the story.
Right.
It's the holding hands, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's the
the
Hands
whole
Across
thing.
America
Right,
commercial,
right.
which was,
Right.
they were trying to hold hands all across America to help feed the homeless.
Right.
It was a
people.
charity thing.
Yeah,
Right.
and it really bombed. Like, it wasn't successful, and there was like a lot of political backlash behind it.
Right,
But I
right.
thought that the commercial itself I don't know if it's because of in the context of the movie or just the actual commercial, but I think just the actual commercial is creepy in itself of how happy and peppy it is. I'm like, this is weird. I'm like,
Yeah.
why would anyone want to do something like this? And then
It's a great way to start the movie, though.
Yeah.
And the buddy who I was with, he like communicated that to me. He's like, just remember that this message about
Yeah.
like these people, and it helped me kind of understand what Peele was trying to say throughout the film. But anyway, continue.
Right.
Yeah.
So basically, and
important
I'm telling you,
commercial.
I'm kind of explaining the beginning just so Nick make sure you
Yeah,
know.
that's-
That's
knows what's going
helpful. That's helpful
So-
for me.
Right. So the girl kind of walks away, and then she wanders off, and the dad's not paying attention, and the girl just wanders away. She goes onto the beach, which is
Oh,
right
I saw
next
this
to
part.
the-
Oh, this
right
was
next to the carnival.
creepy. Yeah.
And she goes into this mirrors,
Why was she
this place
doing
with all
that
these
question?
mirrors.
That's my question.
And she was
Don't
creepy
wander
too
off,
with the
girl.
candy apple.
Yeah, and then she just
That
drops.
just is
it.
so
She didn't even look
creepy.
at once.
Because she ran into her clone, right? Isn't
Oh
that
my
what happened?
goodness, the candy is wow, a red candy apple. Not that. Okay, sorry.
Symbolism.
Like the
Ooh.
red suits that they wear. Yep.
Well,
I
no,
like
because,
that.
Well, that's not what I'm saying, but
What's the symbolism?
the other character's name is Red. That's her name, and so she has the red apple before she goes into the thing. You know what I
Before
mean?
she's was it Adelaide? What's her name?
Adelaide.
Adelaide.
Adelaide is the actual girl's name, but her doppelganger's name is Red.
Right. Everyone in the
yes.
movie has a
Apple.
doppelganger.
Yeah. So hopefully you guys saw this movie because we're just going all over the place.
Yeah, sorry.
but she-
anyways,
but
so
she, like, goes into the mirror.
thing.
Right. She goes in the mirror place. She's getting kind of scared. Then all the power goes out, and then she's kind of looking at the mirrors, trying to figure out how to go or where to go.
When
and then
she ran into the mirror, I freaked out. I was like, "Oh no, she's not getting out."
She's stuck forever. So then she is walking backwards, and then this girl, like her reflection, is behind her, and she's walking back, and then she bumps into her like a mirror, and then turns around, but then her reflection doesn't turn around too. So she kind
Whoa.
of turns around, and her reflection is just frozen. And then her reflection, like,
Well, it's not a
moves at different-
reflection.
Yeah.
Right.
But as
Fake
far as you
reflection.
know, like in the movie, you're like, oh, it's a reflection. And then
No,
she
it's
kind of turns.
no, it's
Damn
not a
it,
mirror.
Shane, I know. I know it. But when you go
Fight.
to see the movie for the first time, you think
But
it's a reflection because
I
she's
didn't
looking
think
at
that,
mirrors.
though. I didn't think that because when she goes up to the girl, you can clearly see it's not a mirror; it's an entryway. Don't confuse the people, Luke.
Luke,
not
you're
a
so. How did you not know that
Fine.
wasn't a mirror?
So she
you
turns
idiot?
around and there's a girl that looks exactly like her. Surprise!
Yeah. So you're
Which-
introduced to the
what-
clowns pretty early, right, in the movie. I
Yeah,
saw that
so then-
part. I
so
saw
then
when she
it
like runs into the
basically
girl.
Yeah, it
We
shows her
don't know what it
reaction.
is, but yeah.
And then she freaks
Yeah.
out. Now, when did you wake up?
I woke up sporadically throughout the first 15 minutes, so it was just kind of like a mess. But my buddy was just like, dude, just think about. He's just like, hands across America, poverty, blah blah blah, homeless people, blah blah blah.
Has he seen it before?
No, he just knew. Is like this is what you need to
This is what
remember.
just happened. Yeah.
Yeah, this is what you need to remember. And he also mentioned like this chick ran into her clone or whatever the fuck, or
All right,
like a
let's move
twin.
on.
But
So-
you know what I mean.
You see, also one of the other things I want to mention at the very beginning of the movie was a homeless guy with the sign Jeremiah 11:11.
Oh, he was
on, like, a
homeless.
sign. I guess.
I think that was the idea because he had the sign.
Yeah, he
and
was
Well, yeah, I
homeless.
just thought he was just one of those people on the beach who preach the gospel all the time.
Right, maybe.
Oh, that's
but he
true.
looked,
Yeah,
he
he
looked
could be that.
homeless. But
Which I
the
looked
verse,
up that verse.
yeah, it says.
Watching the movie, I didn't, but I did.
Did you look it up?
I did. I was like, I'm not going to be that person, but I said I need to know what's going on. I feel like it's important,
Yeah.
so I looked it up.
The
Do we wanna-
verse
Do
is.
you want to read it?
Yeah, therefore, this is what the Lord says: I will bring on them a disaster they cannot escape. Although they cry out to me, I will not listen to them.
Right.
Slamming. So that's a foreshadowing of the film. So I have in my notes 1986, Jeremiah 11:11.
Luke,
What?
did you just say
What?
slamming? Really? You're horrible.
Slamming, jamming.
It's a-
I love
from a-
saying that.
it's a
There's certain
YouTuber.
words that I think are funny, even though they shouldn't be. And slamming is one of them.
That's you're right. No, you're absolutely right.
And then
Continue.
The other one is YOLO. Let's move on. So the
my
opening credit music is awesome with those like children chanting.
Yes.
Oh,
So good. So creepy.
that was really good. And then you meet the family. Okay, so you see
In
like
the present day.
Yep, the girl
Right.
in the thing. You see her and her husband and her kids. And dad is funny, and he wasn't like cringy funny. It was actually funny. She was likable. The kids made sense. I really liked the dynamic of the family. I thought was really good.
Dad was annoying funny.
What?
Well, no, I mean,
No.
like, no. Like, funny, like, he was funny in a good way. I liked him, but I'm saying he's annoying. Like, I mean,
His
I'm sure we're
character
gonna.
is supposed to be annoying, but he's endearing.
Yes, exactly. Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, okay.
I'm like,
Yeah.
he did good at what he was doing. I'm just saying, many times during the movie, I was like, can you please shut up? Like, this is not the time to be making jokes.
Did you guys notice that I actually noticed this, when all of them are eating breakfast together, they're all eating like sugar cereal.
I
And
did
she's
see
eating
that.
strawberries.
Strawberries. Well,
Like a rabbit.
no. Well, yeah. Well,
She was eating it like a rabbit, so.
I can tell you why. If you care.
Yeah,
What do you
why?
mean?
I
It's
mean, I think I
because-
know why.
Well, no, it's a little spoiler. It's kind of a spoiler, but she's a vegan. But it's kind of a spoiler, so I don't want to say it yet.
Like we said, you should have already seen this.
Okay.
Movie. So, okay, the twist is
Well, no, 'cause we haven't
she's
got
the
to the
clone
twist.
the whole time. Okay.
We are already giving away so many spoilers.
I know, but there's no way to talk about this movie
like, why would we
without,
not-
without the
It's kinda hard.
spoilers.
Yeah, there's a lot, so we're
Okay,
fine.
so
Okay,
she's the
well-
clone, but she's been eating rabbits.
Yes. So she's a vegan because she's been eating the rabbit. So when she, switched and got into the real world, she's like, oh, there's all this other types of food, and then she stopped eating meat, and now
Right. She's like, I don't want to eat meat anymore because
Right.
of the rabbits. So I
Right.
thought that was kind of interesting. So
was
this is the
very
girl.
good.
This is the girl that was in Black Panther, right?
Lupita
But she didn't do
Nyong'o.
anything.
She was in Black Panther. She won in 12 Years a Slave. She won an Oscar. She's in the Star Wars franchise. This is her
Wait,
first
she was in
leading role,
Star
though.
Wars. She was in
Yeah.
Star Wars.
She was in.
Solo, I
Star
think.
Wars.
Was she in Solo? Or was she
No,
in the new
she was
one?
in. No. She's in the next one that's coming out, and she was in. What was the big one?
Star Wars.
I mean, no. What was
Empire Strikes Back. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm pretty, she was
Last
in.
Jedi.
No, the recent ones.
What? She was in Last Jedi and then
Solo.
The Force Awakens. And Solo.
Yeah,
and
she one
Rogue
of
One.
those. I think Rogue One. She was in Rogue One.
Oh,
I
okay.
believe too. I couldn't tell you what she played.
That tells you how that movie was, because I can't remember any of the characters.
Well, I thought she was in Black Panther.
Yeah,
She
is.
was.
I was gonna
Yes,
say she
yeah.
was in Black Panther, but she didn't really do anything from what I remember.
She didn't play
this-
herself. She
she-
played
Hold up,
Force
hold up.
Awakens. That was the
we gotta
movie.
stop over talking to each other. So
I'm saying she was in the Force Awakens.
Boom. There we go.
okay, so
Kaboom.
stop talking. She was in Black Panther, and she was in this, and I really, really liked her in this. I thought she was really, really good.
She needs an Oscar for this.
I thought she was better in Force Awakens, personally.
Nah, you.
Wait, who did she even play in Force
Shut up.
Awakens?
Exactly.
Irrelevant.
That's how good of an actor she was.
Okay. Anything you guys want to say before the first scene where the tethers show up? The beach. They're at the beach. The boat scene was funny. Very key. Very Jordan Peele. With the boat.
yeah,
with
with the
it,
boat, yeah,
him going in
just
little circles. I thought all that
cringy
was
dad.
funny.
Good comedy throughout the movie.
No, I
would
just
say.
I liked when they got to the beach. They show, there's an ambulance or the guy that died, and then she sees that's the same guy from the beach from her
Yep.
childhood with the Jeremiah. He still has the sign. I'm like, you've been doing that for years. Go ahead. But and so then I like how he's like they slowly show her kind of getting flashbacks of when she was on the beach and kind of remembering what was happening. But when you find out later in the movie that he died and he was like the first person to get killed in the
I know.
uprising.
I
I'm
love
like,
that though.
Yeah, me
'Cause
too. I was
remember
like,
you see him on the beach.
Right.
And it's like he, I love it because it feels like such
Yeah,
a
when the
horror
kid runs
movie,
over to the-
but it's
yeah.
all it's not horror, or
Right.
it's not. No, sorry, I'm saying it's horror. It's not. It's not like, oh, he's a ghost.
yeah.
It's
like creepy.
it's a zombie movie. Mm-hmm. That's what's so
I figured
crazy.
that's what you were saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more like it reminded me. Yeah, it reminded me a lot of a zombie feel. Honestly, World War Z, 28 Days Later, they were running away from these people and trying to get away from these people. So I definitely got that vibe. I don't even know if it's weird to call this a horror film. I just feel like there was so much to it, honestly.
Yeah, that's
There
what's
was
so
a lot
unique
of-
about it.
A lot of elements. Yeah, exactly. That's why. Yeah, I think a movie's good if you want to see it again, personally. So
It's very so. This movie,
a lot of depth.
not to go back to the last review, but this movie is everything Captain Marvel was not, which means it's so memorable.
I would
remember
say that.
everything.
Yeah.
Like I remember the scissors. I remember the red. I remember the beach scenes. I remember
lot of
the
great
whole,
imagery.
everything. I remember. It was so visually well done.
Yeah. I remember.
very very
I
iconically visual.
Yeah. I fell asleep and still remember most of it. So there you go.
Which that's his second film to do this, because Get Out was the same way.
Yeah,
It
I
was like
remember.
very the branding and the
he's developing a style for himself, which I like.
yeah. Yeah, I really like that too.
I distinctly remember most things about Get Out, if not the whole movie. So yeah, I would say that's a successful movie in my book.
Get Out.
Just
Or
the
both.
idea of being able to remember so many things. It wasn't forgetful, basically. What you're saying.
Yeah, it's very. Oh, excuse me. It was very visually memorable. Like the kid with the mask walking into the fire at the car, the scissors in the hands,
Spoilers.
the one glove, the red clothes.
Which can
and,
I
like,
say that
the sandals,
a lot of
everything
people-
about it.
about the
go ahead.
jumpsuits and the glove, because I've seen a lot of people talking in reviews and online. They don't know where that came from. Okay,
That was Michael
people,
Jackson.
Thank you. It's so obvious when she wore the Thriller. When she wore the Thriller shirt, she got the Thriller shirt. Michael Jackson was heavily.
I thought it was
influenced
just
in the
Michael
80s.
Jackson.
The red jumpsuit, the one glove. But a lot of people are like that. That doesn't make any sense. I said, "Are you kidding me? That's the most
People are-
obvious reference in this movie."
Yeah, that's the thing I probably understood the most.
So
about
wait,
the
you're
movie.
saying that the clothes that they're wearing is supposed to be like Michael Jackson?
Because the last thing she remembers, is the Hands Across America commercial and her that last night at the carnival, and where she won the Michael Jackson shirt. So
This is
her
right.
Did
reference.
Michael Jackson
Right.
wear a jumpsuit?
The Thriller.
No, he wore the gloves.
The
He wore
red,
gloves.
the red jacket and the red pants in Thriller.
Why do I not remember this? I mean, I sort of
Because
remember
you
it, but I
don't know pop culture. No, just kidding.
You seen that? Yeah, you seen that
because you're
popcorn
not
gif?
educated.
You seen that popcorn gif of Michael Jackson eating popcorn? You seen that one?
I just
Luke?
want to see it again.
That's
now
from the
that,
Thriller
Now that
video.
I'm thinking about it.
If you just look that up, you'll see him.
Wow, the thumbnail for the Thriller video is him eating popcorn.
There you go.
Oh
Yeah, I
yeah,
thought it
yeah.
movie
Okay, yeah, I remember
Yeah.
this outfit. Yep.
Yup.
Yeah. So
I mean,
thought
I
the-
figured they had the jumpsuits because they were clones. Like, what are you gonna make clones clothes?
well, I'm
No?
just saying that's why they're red and they're wearing one glove. I don't know
the one
why
glove.
jumpsuits. I'm not saying where they got the jumpsuits from. She said it took time, so maybe she did. Maybe she sewed them together and just made 3 million jumpsuits.
Yeah, there was a lot of unanswered questions about how the revolution happened, but I'm kind of okay
but
with
I don't
that.
think that's important to the movie, so that's why I
Right.
don't really care too much.
Yeah, and part of me,
behind that.
part of me was like, I don't get this, but that's okay.
You
You know,
think too much.
it's
I'd
just
like
it's
to
fine.
get it.
Yeah,
I'd
let's
like to
talk about-
understand it, but I don't need to understand it for the
Yeah.
basic story.
Okay, let's talk about when the family came on, because this is when the movie started getting good.
that's
Like
so
with
true.
the Tether family.
Well, yeah, because I have something, just that whole sequence. I just have things to say.
Yeah,
Go for it.
because right before that, I wrote this down. When she is like looking out the window and she's nervous, and then she tells him about the other girl that looked exactly like her.
Acting though,
When she
So
said,
good.
"I feel like she's still coming for me," I got like shivers. That's
Yeah.
scary. I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, that's creepy," and I love it. I
Yeah,
like
and I-
that part so much.
Well,
and I
mean,
liked his. Let's go ahead, Nick.
Well, I was just gonna say, isn't there like almost like a link between all of these doppelganger twins?
Yeah, they're.
Like, 'cause they
yeah,
have
they're
no
it
linked.
seems
soul.
like, and I think that's a cool idea. So yeah, I think that was really
Terrible
cool.
idea.
Did you hear her say? She says that they're linked to the same soul because they couldn't clone.
They
the
can't
soul.
recreate a soul, yeah. But I
Oh,
like,
okay, gotcha.
But that scene that Luke is talking about, I like how, she's really like, no, I'm feeling this. I know this is coming, yada yada yada. And I really like her husband's reactions. Like he's like, what are you talking about? Like it's a mirror girl. And she's like, you don't believe me. He's like, no, I'm processing it. I'm like, thank you. I'm glad you said that.
He's like, no, I'm processing it.
I've had like people have told me things before, and I'll react the similar way. I'm like, no, I don't not believe you. I'm just, this is a lot for someone to take in. So I'm like that he's honest. Like, no, I'm just processing what the heck is going on. And then boom, the power goes out.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh no, here we go.
I would say the movie just was on a consistent like rise after that. Like it just went uphill from there. I was so invested after that.
I just loved it because it kept freaking me out.
Yeah.
Shot wise, like that shot with the family standing in the driveway, and her just being like, "There's a family in the driveway." And you're like, what? Oh no! And then they show it, and it's so creepy looking. The jumpsuits,
best shot in the film. Oh my
god! All of their movements were very creepy. I just really good acting all around. It was unsettling.
This is the thought. Like I have a lot. I can talk about this one particular shot like for an hour, but just it's the way that they're just like, just imagine, right? You're just chilling in your house, and like you're just minding your own business, and then someone's like, "Oh, a family is outside." You're like, "Oh, the neighbors are here, right? Let me go look outside the window." And you see these people holding hands, standing at the edge of your driveway, and they're just not moving.
Oh man, I love it too because it makes that unsettling part of it because he's like yelling at them, and it's not like they yell back. It's not like they run
don't do anything.
They just stand there, and you're like, oh, that's creepy because it makes it disconnected, and that's what makes it so scary. It's like seeing a mask. Because a mask looks like a face, but it's not quite a face. And so you don't really understand it.
Yeah.
And so the family being just a little off, it's like, whoo.
And the moment, though, that I would have myself, if I was in this situation, would have had a heart attack and probably died, is when he went out the second time, I wouldn't have went out a second time. I would have not done that. But if I did,
right.
And he goes there with the bat, I'm like, okay, first of all, you just called the cops. She said they're on their way. Just stay inside. But nope, gotta be the guy, gotta be the hero, right? So goes out and it's like, how's a bat talking about, if you want to get crazy, we can get crazy. I'm like, why would you say that to this people who are obviously creepy, standing there, not responding to you? And there's 4 of them. You're clearly outnumbered. But as soon as he said that, and then she did the tap, tap, clap, clap thing, and they just dispersed.
I love that so much.
So well executed. And I'm like, I'm finished. I was like, this is creepy. I can't do this. My heart.
There were so many moments where I just was like, I just don't know what's gonna happen because it felt so like unhinged. Kind of like you just don't know. You're like, what are they gonna do? I have no idea. They can do anything. You know, they're these weird people that we don't... Like, imagine if you knew they were clones. Totally would ruin everything. The fact that it's just a family and you don't know...
You don't know, for sure.
...what they are. Oh.
Which, too, do you guys... Well, Nick probably doesn't know. But the shot when they're you first see them in the car and you see the picture of the family on the back of the window. You know what I'm talking about, Luke? Yeah, that's the same order that they're standing in. The clones are standing in.
Oh, and they're holding hands.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
What? Oh, I didn't see that. All right, I didn't put that together. Oh.
No.
Oh, that's cool. I like that. Okay, so the other part that I like is some of the little bit of humor because it's a horror movie, sort of. It's a thriller, but there's these little humor parts, like when the family's walking towards the door, and he's like, "All right, the door's locked," and she goes, "There's a key." And he's like, "What?" And she's like, "There's a key out, like, hidden out." And he goes, "Hide the key. What kind of white shit is?" And then like the door, the door opens up.
Which right before that too, that shot where she's walking up and you see just her shadow and the scissors. I'm like, that's creepy.
Yeah, the scissors were so.
Yeah, I'm
because
like,
okay.
About to go down.
How many movies have you seen? A knife, a chainsaw, a machete, a pickaxe, an axe, and it's like, but scissors? I don't know why it's scissors. I wonder if there's a reason for that. But the scissors were so creepy.
I feel like there's probably symbolism about it.
There's 2 things. One, it's like, they're tethered together. So how would something's tethered? You're gonna like cut it with scissors, right? But it's also there's a lot of symbolism on duality in the movie.
Right.
Scissors, they're two of the same thing put together to make a working unit. So it's the comparison, of the two souls or the two people, like the one above, the one below, tethered to the same thing. So what I'm going to cut it with these scissors.
Oh, and also, scissors, they're opposites. Like one side is one direction and the other side is the opposite direction.
And they make a hole.
And I've heard a theory that the clones are sort of the opposite. So the dad is like really goofy, and then the opposite dad, the one that the tether, he's like abusive and mean and stoic and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then like I don't remember all the comparisons, but this one review I was listening to was talking about how they're kind of the opposite of each other. That's so, I didn't ever think about the scissors. That's awesome.
Well, it's like a facing your worst fear about yourself type of situation. Mm-hmm. It's like the darkest parts of us, like there, which also is why I like the scene when they meet the family and they just sit there and they're just sitting there like in silence, just looking at each other. I'm like, how uncomfortable must that be? You randomly, people who look just like you show up and they're just staring at you. And
they look like them and they look off. Like, let me talk about how every single one of them
actors
was insanely good. Like they all played the creepy character so well.
And can we say too, just like outside of the movie as an acting thing, they had to play both of those characters without having their other version to like react and respond off of. Mm-hmm. So they were just acting to nothing, like, and having to keep both of those characters. That's why I'm like, whoa, that is an insane process.
But the other part too, like this, when she first talked, horrifying. It's
that whole speech.
No, it scared me.
Yeah, she had to swallow and clear her throat. I was like, oh.
Her voice was all effed up because she got choked as a child, right?
Yep.
That was the idea, right? Okay, that gets revealed later.
Spoiler alert. Like she heard her vocal.
But she like choked her out, dude.
That's what I think is so insane, is it's like, it makes sense why it's there, but in the moment, it's just horrifying.
Yeah. No, yeah, I was horrified when he said, when...
She's also the only one that can talk. Did you notice that?
Yeah. I noticed that. I thought that was just because she was the leader until I got further into the movie and things were starting to make a little more sense to me. But what really creeped me out, though, just when she was talking, that first segment where she was talking, when the dad asked her, who are you guys? And she just looks at him and says, we're Americans, and just like chuckles. I'm like, but then that's a whole thing about, that's a whole not an agenda, but that's a whole commentary.
Yeah. But it makes sense why she said that, because she was a kid and all she saw was the hands in the American. And so, but that's why I like it, because I think there is a bunch of messages. I know there's a bunch of messages, but I didn't feel like I had some obvious message getting thrown, like stuffed down my throat. It was just like, maybe there's something here that would be interesting. Maybe there's something there that I would even disagree with, but I didn't feel like someone was hitting me over the head with like, hey, I'm being better. What's the word I'm looking for? Self-righteous. Like, this is my message. I'm explaining to you, the viewer, that this is, I'm going to preach at you and tell you what to do. It was an interesting movie.
Yeah.
On its own.
Right.
He likes making people cry. Have you noticed that?
Jordan
There's
Peele.
a lot of scenes in all of his movies with like where their eyes are tearing up and they're crying. Their eyes are like all red.
Well, yeah, because it's like, that's scary. Well, not scary, but
But I noticed
people are in fear.
Right.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Both Get Out and this, they have those like red eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's all about eyes, right? Yeah.
He loves eyes. Apparently,
Yeah, he does.
that guy wanted that guy's eyes bad and Get Out. But
So I have in my notes, he loves teary eyes. I love the scissors. This is horrifying. So
that's what you have in your notes.
yeah.
This is horrifying.
This is horrifying. And then the part where they said, "What's Home Alone?"
oh my goodness,
that's great.
What's Home Alone? I was like, wow, exactly.
They got over the kids got over the whole
the killing thing.
yeah yeah.
Well, yeah,
I mean, it's fine.
It's
It's
funny
that type of horror movie.
Yeah, it was also too like when you really think about it, you kind of see the predicament you're in, and it's like it's very clear it's us or them type of situation. So it's like, okay, am I gonna die or am I gonna go kick some ass? And it's like obviously,
Or is it us or us?
exactly us or us. Which well, I have a question, but I kind of want to get more in, like to the end. It's like a theory question, but look up. I forgot what I was about to say.
We were talking about them killing the tethers, and they're in this situation where they're having to survive. It's us or them, us or us.
Yes. And so the scene in the car. Well, I guess this is kind of skipping ahead, but the scene in the car where they're talking about, well, I have the highest kill count, so I'm gonna die. I was like, wow, how desensitized can you be that you're actually joking about, like, how many people you've killed? Like, well, I killed one, you killed two. I'm like, you guys are really having this conversation right now? I'm like, get in the car and drive.
Yeah, but like, I can see some people having an issue with that, but I didn't, because it's that type of movie. This movie was similar to, what's that movie called? Cabin in the Woods, where some of it's a little bit satirical,
right?
And it's a little bit of there's like some whole horror genre, I don't even know what to call it, where it's almost like it's self-aware horror, and then the person goes after the monster. And I'm trying, like, Get Out was sort of like that, where it's like a horror movie up to the end, and then all of a sudden he's going after all the people that were trying to kind of kill him. You know, I'm trying to think of another example. Drag Me to Hell. If you guys
I've never seen that. No,
that's kind of that way, where even like the Evil Dead things are sort of like that, where all of a sudden they kind of, the third act, it's not a person running away from the monsters, it's them like fighting off the monsters, and they weapon up and then they go after them.
Gotcha.
And that's kind of what I felt in some of this movie, where like the second half of the movie.
Right.
But
well, I felt like
what?
I know what you mean, for sure. I don't know. It wasn't like she was going after the monster. It's like she was confronting.
No, but they were like, oh, kill count. Like, I got this one, and the funny music, and
yeah.
you know, it's got that kind of a feel to it.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I almost felt like the call out to Home Alone was ironic in a way. A lot of it was ironic. It was a very self-aware movie in a lot of ways. So
yeah. I really liked how when they, you know, no pun intended, get out from their house and they go over to like their friend's house. Like before that happens, I really liked how first of all, we saw that other people had doppelgangers. I'm like, it's not
freaked
just
me out.
them. Like, this is happening to other people. I thought it was gonna be, they knew that they were gonna go to their friend's house, so they were just gonna be there. But when I saw their friend's doppelgangers, I was like, oh shit. But I liked how these ones, they just came out and they killed those people so quick. And I don't know if this was the intent or maybe it's just because I'm laughing because I'm black. But I like that the white people got killed in 2 seconds, because normally like in horror movies the black people die really fast.
I literally thought that.
So I was like, I'm crying that these got stabbed in the neck and they're just dead.
Such a bad person.
The girl, which was funny. And then when she said call the police, and then it started playing fuck the police, which I also thought too, this was also not like a kind of commentary type of thing, but you know, like, gonna just say what it is. That scene playing fuck the police, you have these black people killing this white family, and I'm like, see, normally those people would have been arrested by the police, but they're playing fuck the police because ain't no police gonna do anything about it because the police are probably already dead.
Ooh, I see what you're saying.
It was a good song for the scene too.
It was pretty. It was pretty epic, and I like that they just no blood. That girl beat her friend up. I said I knew she didn't like her, so she was waiting to do that to that girl.
The scene with Elizabeth Moss, her doppelganger, when she's laughing at the two guys fighting in the boat, I was like, holy crap, that's some great acting right there.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, she went through like a whole triage of emotions there. And then she's putting on the lipstick in the mirror. Like, I was I really liked the movie. When I saw that the family come out, I was like, yo, what the heck? I like it when I go into movies. I'm like, what the heck is going on? I want to know. You know,
Well, it's like what's going on, and I also love all this.
Yeah, exactly. That's
It's
just
like
how
every
I
moment
felt.
I was like, oh, this is so like I like creepy things when the cinematography is creepy or the acting.
Yeah.
And this movie had all of that.
It reminded me a lot of the cinematography
is really good.
in Hereditary and It, where they had
Which
like
I didn't see Hereditary.
They had a lot of creepy vibes and a lot of odd camera placements and angles just to unsettle you. James Wan does that a lot too, but he's more about the jump scares.
James Wan I actually really like because of his cinematography stuff.
Yeah, I agree. But oh my gosh, can we just jump to the end? Can we just I just have so many questions.
Okay. Do we want to talk about anything before we just start theorizing? Because I think there's nothing else I really want to talk
I have a lot of answers. I've just done a lot of research and I've seen
asking
it
questions.
Oh my gosh, I was like, what?
Freaking ending. The freaking ending.
Oh my god, it's what?
It hurt my soul.
I can answer
That twisted.
That's why Shayne's
I could
here.
not believe it. Oh, he got me.
Yeah, I was.
When they started fighting, I was so into it. I was that guy in the theater who was jiving and twitching while they were fighting.
I really want to talk about that. I actually really want to talk about that last fight scene between the two,
Red and Adelaide. Yeah.
I just want to say, this is just the directing, the overall choices, just how the music that went along with that scene, and how Red was knowing that she's the real girl, and how like she was doing all this dance type movement and ballet stuff. Like, bitch, I'm better than you. I've always been better than you at this. And while the one who we think is the real one, she's just being all savage and just trying to kill her like a other person would.
When do you find out that she was the other one?
Because I think you know the twist by this point, don't you?
Yeah, well, I can't remember when you find out the twist. Do you find out the twist after she kills her?
Yeah, wait.
You find out the twist after she kills her.
They tell it after you. They tell it after she kills her, but
oh yeah, because she starts talking. She talks really talking obvious. All weird. That's right.
She starts laughing, kind of weird.
Yeah, she starts doing
and
all the grunting.
The son's in the locker room and sees it happening. That's right.
Yeah, but that scene, how the music went along with the dancing, the boom boom, boom 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 boom, and she.
Oh, that was so good.
Just the acting, the performance.
I love that.
That scene is so good. I didn't even care that it wasn't really
the flashbacks to like
fighting.
Well, when she killed the other one, when she killed her, I kind of was like, oh, that was kind of
anticlimactic.
And so then
anticlimactic?
No, the fight. Listen to me. The fight. Listen to me. The fight. Listen. Hold up. The fight was intense, but then it was like they broke apart, and then the tether girl was Red. Red was kind of said something. And then the other girl just stabbed her, and it just kind of happened. And I kind of was like, "Oh, all right. Well, I didn't expect
it to die so soon."
I thought maybe Red was gonna like pin her down, or like she was almost gonna kill her, or the scissors.
Oh,
and then she just killed her.
Right,
really quick.
the scissors.
And it happened really fast, and so I kind of was like, "Oh, I guess there's got to be something more."
Well,
and then that's when the twists happen, and it blew. Hold on.
She starts talking all weird, dude.
Oh man. And then that's what the finale was the twist, not the kill.
Oof, yeah,
the reveal was the finale.
Exactly.
I want to say that kill scene was not anticlimactic. It's anticlimactic in the way that you're thinking about it, but knowing that this movie is not that type of movie and it's more a psychological thriller, what I took from it was one, she stabbed her, but she didn't die. And now she's kind of watching her slowly die. She's coughing up blood. You know, the Red, who we know, or we don't know necessarily at this moment, but we might have our suspicions, is the real Adelaide. She starts whistling because she's scared that she's dying, like she did way back when she was a kid. I thought that was a cool bring back to the whistling.
Well, no, I mean,
and then when she
choked, scene when she choked her out, it's like, oh yeah, it goes back. She finished the job.
Well, not even that. I don't even think about that. It's just the choking out is just, to me, it's like, could you imagine? You're killing yourself, basically. I'm like, I can't even fathom like the mental thought of like I'm crushing myself it's not me, but it is me because we're connected, and I have to do that in the same place. And that was the same place where she handcuffed her when she first took her. So I thought that was cool.
Well, so I'm
Flashback
not
to
saying
your
that
play.
the ending wasn't the moment when she goes from they're fighting each other to, oh, the fight's over. That kind of took me by surprise, but it was a misdirect. I'm not saying it was bad.
No, I know
like-
what you're saying. I was like,
I'm
oh,
saying
that's
that,
it.
that yeah, I was like, oh, I guess she killed her. Oh, okay. I didn't think that
She would go
it was
down
going to
that
end
easy.
like that. And then when she chokes her out, and then you start to put the pieces together, you're like, what's going on? And then when you get it revealed, that's when I was like, what?
What?
And it,
Yeah.
and it totally got me.
That's
I
what
knew
happened to
something
me.
was up.
Yeah.
I
I
knew
did not-
something was up, but when it hit me, I was
Yeah.
like,
I
wasn't
really didn't
shocked.
see that coming. I really didn't see that coming at all. I was really surprised I didn't catch
I
on to
didn't
that
see
twist.
it coming necessarily. I think subconsciously I did because I said, oh, that makes sense. Because then I started thinking about
Right.
things in the movie. I said, oh, I'm like, oh, that's why she can talk. I said, oh, this is why
Eat them
blah, 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 blah.
berries.
And all of this. Well, not even that. I was thinking about the red character. I said, oh, this makes
Right.
This makes sense. I'm like, oh, okay, I can kind of see that now. So
That's the best feeling when you're like
But
in a
then
movie and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
that moment where I wish there was like a moment we could like capture when that all happens at once. Everyone in the
Yeah.
movie goes,
yeah.
oh, I
it's
see.
and I like that it's so well. You kind of know, but when she's looking at her son at the end, and she just does that little tiny smirk, I was like, that's when I was like,
so good.
That was my moment. I was like, oh,
That was so
like,
good because you're
right, I was
like,
like-
yo, you know, don't you?
I was like,
You
she
know
knows
what's
exactly
up.
what's up, right?
Do you guys know? I want to get to this at the very end. So the twist blew my mind, but I looked it up online. Did you know that there might be a second twist?
No, that's what I was gonna ask a question. I have a whole. I'm ready for this. I already know what you're gonna say. I have a whole essay.
all
I'm
right.
ready.
Let's get
go.
into it because I don't know what you guys are
Do you want
talking
me to
about.
just say it, or do you want to say
Yes, just
I mean,
go.
So, I mean, I'm pretty sure this is what you're saying, but the huge second theory that's going around is that the son is a tethered, and he was switched in a previous summer, the summer before that this movie takes place, and I think it's true. I'm
Okay,
100%.
so what he's saying is so Red, Red, and is it Adeline? What's her name?
Adelaide, yeah.
Adelaide.
Adelaide, yeah. So she, you know how the one who got out was
Yes.
the tether. The one who wins in the end is the tether, right?
Right.
That's the normal twist.
That's the
but
twist,
the
right?
kind of more secret twist is that the son is also a tether. That the son also switched places at some point.
I 100% believe.
Is that and so that's why they're actually smiling at each other?
That's why he looks
No.
at her. That's why she freaks out when the son burns himself alive, because she realizes that was her real son.
Well, kind
Okay.
of.
Okay, so my question for that twist would be why does the real son burn himself? And why was he snapping?
So
Because the
fa-
tether goes both ways.
Well, yeah, because the tethered or the real, who we think is the real son, he can't do his magic trick, right? He's
Right.
trying to flip this little lighter thing. It's not working.
Right.
Every time he's doing that, the tethered one, in the basement is doing it with matches. You can't really mess up doing matches. So every time he's not lighting his thing, he's lighting the matches. And so I think at some point he just burned himself, which I think that was a good way to keep it a secret twist or a secret theory, because if they did switch, he would be able to talk. But the fact that he
Right.
burned his mouth or whatever, he can't talk. So it's like, dang, we don't really know for sure. But
because and that was the giveaway. That's why I'm confused, because he
They
has
keep
the burnt
saying-
face.
Right,
But
they
if
keep
he's
saying that
already
the kid-
switched, yeah.
Here's some of the clues. So like one of the clues at the beginning is they keep saying, "Why is our son acting different than he was
Yeah.
acting before?" So they
Different
keep
from
saying
last
that over
summer.
and over again.
oh my gosh, yeah.
And
okay.
then also, so what they think happened, what the theory is, we don't know this, but I think there's a lot to support it. The theory is that
There's so much.
like in the summer, the kid got switched out. So the tether grabbed him and did the same thing and got out. And then because the
LOL,
mother,
get out.
because the grandmother or whoever died that summer, that's why they were at the beach, and that's when he got him. That's why the mother freaks out for when the son is gone for 2 seconds, because she's like, "Oh no, they must have got him too. Oh no. And that's
Interesting.
but they already got him before that.
Now, oh my gosh, I got to see this movie again.
You have to see it again. And
Son of a gun!
There's so much, because also if you the scene, where they run into the tethered son with the mask, and their car is on fire.
Yes.
She's like, get out of the car, I'm gonna go beat him up, right? And so he's snapping, and he's snapping on beat like a regular person would do, and the son cannot snap on beat when they were in the car because he's a tethered. And then he says,
Yep.
the guy looks at him, lifts up his mask and looks at him, and says, oh, it's a trap. And I'm kind of two ways on that. I'm like, is he trying to help them by saying that because he knows that's his real family, but he knows like he can't, it's too late to be with them, so he's kind of just like, hey, like this is about to happen, like get out of the car. But then the son, who we think is the real son, puts on his mask and then starts backing up, and then the other one backs up too. And the only way I can fathom that he would be able to do that is because he's a tethered, and the tethered know that what's happening above controls what's happening below. So he uses his powers knowing that he's the stronger of the two right now, and forces him to back up into the fire. And the regular human son would not be able to do that. And
You just blew my mind.
And then when Red comes up and takes him,
Oh
when
my
Red
gosh!
when Red comes up and takes him, she doesn't kill him because she knows that's her son. And you want to know why I think that happened? I think that Red set this whole thing up. She planned it out a year in advance. She sent the actual son that they think is their son as a spy to know when they would show back up at the beach, so that she would know when they show back up at the beach, so she would know when to enact her plan. Because how else would they just know we're starting the plan right now? How do they know they're there?
That's why
The son's a spy.
Why are you saying? Why does she know that they're at the beach?
Okay, sorry, I got really intense.
That's why she
Because
didn't kill him.
Oh yeah, the son at the beach also, instead of building a sandcastle, they're like, why aren't
was
you building a
digging a
sandcastle?
tunnel.
He's like, oh, I'm building a tunnel.
Because that's
And
all
they're
he
like, wow, he's
knows
so
is
weird.
tunnel life.
You just blew my mind.
But Luke, what I said is Red switched the sons out the year before, and used him as a spy to know when they were going to be back at the beach, because how else would they have known to start their plan? Like, how else do you know she's there?
It's not like the son switched out the son. She could have switched him out.
And she taught him how to speak. She taught him how to speak English, because how else would he speak? Because she knows English, and she
What
taught
if
him how to
she
speak.
was the one?
Have people written about this? Like,
Yeah, there's all these theories.
I mean,
I've
that
watched
explains
like
why
20
the
million-
son's
I've
not
watched
dead.
so many
Oh my
videos.
gosh, dude, this is blowing my mind. It makes so much sense when you paint it
It-
out
right.
that way.
I know, and I was like,
F
what?
this
It's like a
movie.
secret
And
twist.
when they
F this
look at
movie.
and when they look at each other, he's realizing, wait, you just killed my real mom, but like it's not my real mom, but it is my real mom, but like you're my real mom, and I kind of just have to go along with this. So we're just gonna pretend like none of this happened, and I'm just gonna go back to doing what I was doing.
No,
and we're
that's
just
not his
never
real
gonna-
mom. That's his
No, I'm
because
yes.
she's the tether.
Yeah,
and
I'm
he's
saying
not.
when he sees his
Or no,
mom.
no, wait. Damn it, that's so weird. It's so confusing to me because it's like she's a tether and he's a tether, but
Yeah,
she's
they're
not his
both-
mom because
Yeah,
he was. Wait, because she.
No, you're right. Because
That confuses me.
The human birthed
so-
him.
okay.
But yeah, it's confusing. But
Yes, because
Red is his mom.
Because Red is his mom, but Red is not a tether.
Yes. So he's like half and half.
So he's like a tether. Half
He's a
tether.
mutt. Yeah, he's a half blood, as they would say.
Maybe that's why he could talk so easily too. Because
Yeah, maybe that
I guess
too.
because he learned to talk too. She probably taught him how to talk.
Yeah, but I really just. Are we done with that twist? I was about to say something else.
I don't know. It's just like what? Like when I found out, I was like, no.
I'm so.
Well, yeah, actually,
I
yeah,
just can't.
yeah,
She
it's crazy.
doesn't she snap off rhythm?
I just can't believe.
Yeah,
don't
she
remember.
does. She does because
She
she's a
snaps-
tethered.
And then he snaps,
Off rhythm too, cause
Right.
tethered.
and then he. What's he snapping to though?
He's
When he.
he's
snapping
snapping.
to something?
The guy
remember.
at the during the fire scene.
Yeah.
I think he's just I think he's snapping to like the score music, but like not actually snapping to the score music.
Right, but he's snapping to a rhythm.
Yeah.
As opposed to like not being able to keep
Yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah.
I just, guys, I
Nick is like, I can't.
I'm having like an existential crisis right now where I'm just like rethinking everything.
I'm telling you, that's insane. That's
Holy crap, that's amazing. I'm gonna go see it again. Go
And
see it,
because-
people. Go see
and
it.
two,
It's great.
It's true because you think too when you know she's first talking and she's telling them like about the tethered life. You know, she said, you know, you fell in love with this charming prince, and I had to marry him, even though I didn't love him. Then I had to have these children I didn't love, and yada yada yada, and I was forced to do all of these things, and well, just seeing it a second time, knowing the twist. For me, it's like, wow, I don't even know what I'm supposed to be doing watching this movie. Because on one side, I want to support Adelaide because, you know, she's going through all this stuff trying to protect her family.
And it's
but
like,
I know the
she's
other one's
evil.
real. And she, like, you stole her life. Like,
Especially
Exactly.
When she
exactly.
chains her up and is walking out with that evil grin.
oh, God, that
I
girl's
was
so
like,
good.
oh, she's so evil.
I know.
And she's the one I want to win.
Yeah, it's
I know,
crazy.
But it's
So
only
it's
because of
like-
the context. That's what I thought was such a
Exactly.
good moment. Because I was like, I wanted her to win just because she was the one that I grew up knowing. Mm-hmm. Oof. Oof. Man.
Yeah, but I was like, dang, I kind of want Red. I kind of want to support Red, but she's also not doing her cause for a good reason. She's mass murdering people for this, well, never mind. I was going to say, which I don't really understand her whole point, but that's getting not related to the movie. But
Well, she grew up with the tethers and stuff. But I think what's
but
interesting
I'm just like,
is
what,
it's
is,
like a
what were they trying to accomplish necessarily? Because I'm like, if you kill everyone, who's going to see your movement? That's what was my thought. I was like, who's seeing your movement? Everyone's dead.
she's a deranged child. Like, you know,
Yeah,
she's
right.
insane. But like, and she's been eating rabbits forever. Okay.
True. I couldn't.
But
that
was so wacky.
gross.
Is that why they're all so okay? I have some questions. Y'all need
Yes.
to answer them for me.
Sure.
Why are the clones, or I guess the tethered, why are they so like dumb? Like, is it because they're eating rabbits?
No,
Or-
they were a government experiment, and then they were abandoned with no guidance, so they didn't know how to function, what they were supposed to do.
I need to
and,
go see this movie again.
And then, you know,
But they're still tied. Their soul is still tied,
Yeah,
so they're still
but-
kind of
Right.
connected.
and since they don't know what to do, they're weak, so they're just being controlled by what's happening on the surface, and they're just kind of whatever the best way they can translate what's going on up there is
Right.
happening to them down there. They like barely
Right.
have any control of their lives. Which then I have a real question, but you can ask your question first. Now.
let me think. I'm pretty sure I have a bunch, but I feel like
Could
these are all-
Red have left earlier? I don't know why she stayed down there.
Okay, yeah. That's my question. Why did she stay down there if she already knew? Well, I guess I'm trying to answer that myself
Well,
because
she was
I think
handcuffed first.
she was
but-
handcuffed, but
what?
she was also knocked out and dragged down there. But I feel like it seemed like it was easy to get in and easy to get out, but it wasn't.
Well,
that,
no.
But go ahead.
That's actually my question because, like, I get this. They're trying to the symbolism with the escalator only goes down, showing that the people from above can go down, but the people below can't go up because the escalator never goes up. So my thought was, then how does Red and Adelaide even meet? I mean, how did she get up that escalator? And then we clearly saw there was a whole bunch of stairs and things that she had to go up to get outside. I'm like, how did she get up there in the first place to meet
Right.
this girl?
right.
I think there might be. It might just part of it might just be kind of symbolic.
I mean,
You know,
maybe,
like it's
but
not. I
I mean,
don't know.
she did say like, you know, God brought us together, so it clearly could just we can write it off as a miracle.
No, what I don't understand is why
But-
couldn't the real girl, the one that's not tethered, why couldn't she get back out right away
She was handcuffed to the
but
bed.
then she was free
for
I
her
think,
whole
right?
life? Like,
Well, no. Remember so she's handcuffed to the thing. The other one goes up to the surface. The person on the surface they become stronger than the people below. So they're controlling the two sides. Adelaide, or the real Adelaide Red, lost control of what she was doing. So she's following along with what Adelaide.
Oh, so she sort of becomes the tether.
Yeah, that's why she says, when you got good toys, I got toys that cut on my fingers. When you ate good food, I ate rabbit. She's saying like, I had all that good stuff, but you took it away from me, and now I have to go through all of this because you're going through all of that. Mm-hmm. Which I was like, this is deep. I said like...
It's a pretty insane story.
Interesting.
Just
deep.
Very well written.
I'm going to go watch this movie again. I'll be back, guys. I'll see you later.
I won't be drunk this time.
Listen, I was a little tipsy.
And then too, it was the highest grossing opening weekend for a horror film. So,
oh, that's awesome.
Wait, really?
It's not a horror film. Shut up.
I mean, it's in the genre. It doesn't have to be like
genre.
it's in the genre.
I think Jordan Peele even came out and was like, "Yo, this is a horror film." I definitely thought the message, because I feel like he was going for like a more like, there was definitely an outer, more meta message of like, first class people versus low class people, homeless versus like middle class, in that like when it comes to like the hierarchy of people, like they're all just people at the end of the day, like don't treat them as others. And I really like that idea for sure. Yeah. The idea of us, like they're all us basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it doesn't matter what rung they live on, kind of thing.
Yeah. There's one of the big takeaways I got from it was that, we're not as, or we're just as evil as the thing that, we're trying to stop or we're trying to kill. It's like, yeah, it's like, you think that she's good the whole time, but it's like, oh wait, she was a tethered person. It's like, wow, we're all really are the same and no one's better than anyone else. I thought it was a cool message too that the movie gave.
Yeah, this movie did make a lot of money.
Yeah, it's doing great.
Good for Peele.
And for
I think he's a good
predominantly black cast too.
I think he's a good director, man. I'm really excited to see what else he does. I really enjoy. I've enjoyed
it's
both
$1 million.
his movies.
It's like $1.5 million less than the opening weekend of The Return of the King.
Boom.
Whoa! Holy crap! And I hope more people go see it again. I'll be one of them.
Is this the cartoon one?
It's definitely.
No, it's not.
What?
Wait, this is wrong.
This is wrong.
Maybe it's not wrong. Opening weekend. I give up. This is too difficult.
Well, if Lupita Nyong'o is not nominated for an Oscar for this film, I will be writing the Academy a letter saying you need to, you're being racist to horror films. And
I like that. I like that angle. I think that'll work.
You're being racist to horror films because
not racist to people, racist to movies.
Yeah, racist to movies. Just, I don't know, just her performance in the movie. Wow.
Yeah, she did
so good.
Really good job.
It was so good. Like Red was creepily terrifying. Like not scary terrifying, but creepy. Like makes your skin crawl type of stuff.
So out of 10.
Ooh.
I was.
We got a 5. That's easier.
Let me. I'll do 10 because I already had an idea in mind. I was gonna give it 6.5 to a 7, but I'm actually gonna up it to 8.5. Yeah, I'm gonna up it to 8.5.
You a little bit more.
And I think if I watch it again, I'll probably give it like a 9 or something, just to notice more nuances in it. But I'm pretty shocked by how many details there were, how many details I missed. Also, I won't fall asleep in the beginning, so I really enjoyed from what I saw, and I think I'm gonna go see it again for sure.
How about you, Shayne?
First experience, I would have said I was very entertained, and very invested into like the scare part of it, and so I probably would give it like a 7.5 to an 8 the first time, but seeing it the second time, and having more information on what's going on, I would give it like a 9.
Did you see it twice already, Shayne?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I'm sorry.
I said that like 5 times.
I have been listening to you this whole time,
Nick was drunk,
Shayne.
okay?
Clearly.
I haven't listened to you at all. Oh, wait, yeah, you did say it. Never mind. Okay, never mind.
I think I would give it a 9.
Woo!
Wow.
It's
Good for
man.
you,
I
Luke.
especially for the type of movie it is.
For once,
Yeah.
Luke, you're not wrong about something. That's kind of cool.
No, it's not that he's not wrong. It's not that he's not wrong.
When Luke agrees, it's like you're not wrong.
It's that he's not
Wow,
a hater.
it's nice. Yeah.
I know. I'm not. See,
He's not a hater.
I'm not a hater. I'm not. Not a hater.
It's not a tumor. All right, I would advise anyone who's listening to go see this again.
And
Yeah, hopefully you saw it before you listened to this whole review.
But even then, like, go see it again.
If you listen to this whole review and you haven't seen it yet, you messed up.
Like a lot of
But go
good
see the movie.
quality.
You guys just blew
my this mind. Movie.
I'm still like processing. Oh my gosh.
I'm still processing stuff, and I've seen it twice. I'm like, what's going on?
All right, Shane, you and I are gonna go see it together. I'm gonna fly down there. We're gonna go see it.
I'm planning on seeing it a third time. I told my friend, like, you're going to see this movie.
Oh man.
Wow.
Yeah, it's good. It's interesting to come from Captain Marvel to this, where I was like, this movie's horrible, to this.
Like, it's just like what, like a dichotomy between those two
I
things.
know.
I'm
Well,
just
and that's
like
the difference
utter
between
trite, and then this.
Yeah, and that's the difference between a movie that has a style and it has like a voice, and then a movie that's like, hey, we're a feminist propaganda trying to make some money
Yeah, exactly. Which is
and
just
set up the
isn't-
next Avengers.
It's not even it's not even interesting anymore. Gosh. Anyway, sorry. This isn't a Captain Marvel review.
You can check out that podcast though.
Yeah, watch
good plug.
us if you haven't watched it. If you haven't watched it, you're insane. Way to go. You ruined it.
And then to
Go
and
watch it
from
anyway.
the movie
Do
theater,
not
you can
watch
listen to the
Captain
podcast.
Marvel, but you can listen to our review of Captain Marvel. Guys, let's wrap up this episode.
I'm gonna wrap
Yay.
it for sure.
no.
Yeah, go for it, Nick. Wrap it. You have any plugs?
I'm gonna wrap it up.
I Love Drummond is the name of my Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, and mainly my Instagram. However, I've actually been pretty great on Twitter lately. I haven't been taking it seriously. Shane can attest. I just kind of post nonsense, and it's been really fun lately.
I feel like that's what Twitter is for. Is just posting nonsense.
Like
That's all
I've
I
just
do.
it's been really nice lately. I unfollowed anyone who has any kind of opinion, and I just now follow Shane, so it's great.
LOL.
And you can follow me. Like I said, I Love Drummond, no G at the end. That's I Love Drummond, all one word.
Cool. Shane?
Yep, check out the Pop Talk podcast if you want to hear about brand new music and pop culture news. And you can check that out on SoundCloud and iTunes at Pop Talk Podcast. And then you can follow me on Instagram at Mr. McCatty, MRMCCATTY, which has low-key just been a spam account for my musical that you can check out on my YouTube page, which is in the link on my Instagram. But ding, ding, ding. We had our first writing session for our new musical, and I'm very excited. So stay tuned for updates on my Instagram about those things. Boom.
Stay
Awesome.
tuned.
All right, guys, you can follow our Instagram on at WAITSB Podcast. Once again, Instagram, that's where everything's happening. Go follow us on there if you want to be a part of our family. You can also follow me on Instagram at Luke Roxwold. That's LukeRockswold. I would love to see you on there. I'm posting a lot of stuff on there. Actually, I'm not. I haven't posted anything for a couple days. I've been distracted. I've been busy. I got a lot of stuff
You
going on.
liar.
I was seeing movies and stuff and doing reviews and not being a hater. So,
Hey, no hating today.
all right, guys, thanks for listening. Appreciate it. Hope you guys
Awesome.
enjoyed the episode. Please
better.
message us on Instagram to tell us what you thought. And if you have different opinions than us on this episode, I would love to hear it. I'd love to debate you. I'd love to tell you why you're wrong.
I was gonna say,
I would also,
you're actually
I would too-
wrong. So
I would love to talk to all the people who have been saying that this movie is trash and boycotting it and telling people not to go see it.
What?
I would really like to talk to you. So please message us.
When you say boycott, I thought you were gonna say I'd like to boil you. Like I thought that's what you were gonna say. I was like,
Not
whoa.
stab you with scissors
Hey,
like us
jeez.
with boil.
I'm gonna
Okay.
boil. No, boycott.
All right, guys, thanks for listening.
Oh.
And what?
No, nothing. It's okay.
Outro.
Outro.
Outro music.